him up twice.
Yeah, but what's he gonna do? Beat him up every week? Until WrestleMania?
I mean, that would be something. But like, maybe I'm just more of an
maybe you're a piece of shit. You ever think about that? Maybe you're a piece of shit. You ever think about that? Hey guys, listen to the rest of the podcast on patreon.com/Joe Cronin Show, and we'll see you tonight.
You're a piece of shit.
Speak when you're spoken to, okay, autist? Tonight.
You speak when you're spoken to. You fucking auntie.
I'll treat you like the dog you are.
Second episode.
What do you mean the second episode of what? Oh, the one we went to?
We and you.
I mean, that was like 5 years ago.
Yeah. Yeah, but like, you would expect them to be able to like.
It hasn't shown up in the ratings yet either, so they've still got a ways to go, it feels like.
Yeah, they got a little bit of ways to go, but they're definitely catching up. I think with a proper TV deal, TNA could possibly outrate ratings AEW.
Maybe. I think you could be right. But yeah, they have not. AEW's been bad. They're getting, I feel like, a little bit better, and we'll see what happens. But yeah, they've not been very good, and WWE hasn't been great either. But now WWE's getting exciting again because it's WrestleMania season. And one thing you can say is that when The Rock says that we're going to take you on a ride and something's about to happen, he said that a couple of years now, and every time he says that, it does happen. So I will say that. Yeah, go ahead.
I mean, The Rock has two other guys. If you notice,
Cracker. Keep missing me and words.
You think the other two people are coming, like
this
with the counting he's doing with his fingers?
Yeah.
This be what it is, and it's about to squabble up.
With the counting, I mean, he must be counting two other members.
Next time you cross down in some site. On God.
Yeah, but we've only got one member though, right? We've only gotten one when he. Yeah. And so there's an assumption that he's counting down, but we don't necessarily know he's counting down yet.
Yeah, but Joe, that pay-per-view where Cody teamed up with Roman and Rock came out and did the finger thing.
Yeah.
He had 3 fingers up. After Cena turned, he had 2 fingers up. So I'm thinking there's 2 more guys that The Rock is going to make his corporation faction or whatever the hell you want to call it, the authority or what other corporate group.
We talked about this the other night. The first time he did it was Bad Blood, and it was basically John Cena, but that's only one. And the symbol he held up wasn't necessarily 3. It was that OK symbol that John Cena. So potentially he was just signaling John Cena. He wasn't signaling 3. Although the other night I do know that he blew that kiss to John Cena with kind of like 2 fingers. That could be coincidental. A lot of people looking into a lot of stuff. Maybe overlooking into a lot of stuff. But they're leaving it open for you to be able to do that. How's everybody doing tonight? Strap it on, because we're live. That was me and Dan Kennedy earlier. That's right. Listening to him is like listening to somebody who doesn't know how to do math problems. But it is amazing. And it's a long podcast, and we put it up on the Patreon, and you're going to love it. And you're especially going to love it after the 23-minute mark when he begins accusing certain people of the R word. It's a lot of fun. Probably going to be used in court someday, so go give that a listen if you haven't yet, because it's something to behold, to be honest. Get the Raw ratings in. We're going to talk about the Raw ratings. Not that, they're more confusing now than ever. They used to be, very definitive, right? Like, it used to be like, this is it. Now you have to sort of study it. Like, what does it mean? This is what it is abroad, globally. This is what it is domestically. This is, you got to kind of break it up. But when you break it up normally, what you realize is that there's a little bit more viewership than there was before. But that makes sense because they're on Netflix. So it's like when SmackDown went to Fox. It's like, well, you're going to have A little more viewership. That's exactly what happened. You had a little more viewership. In fact, at one point, there was 3 million people watching. Whereas Raw is doing about 2.6 million. So if you want to compare it that way, you could. Right? You could say, like, okay, WWE 3 years ago when the Fox deal was kind of get going pretty good, right? They were on SmackDown. They drew 3 million, if I'm not mistaken, which was, at the time that was pretty big. It's a pretty big number. But on Fox, they had more people. So, in a place where there was that many people watching, arguably maybe the most of anywhere, right? Because Fox is that's the free airwaves. That could make it into the home of anybody who has any basic cable package. Even if they have an antenna, might be able to see that. So, that should make it into a lot of homes. And now they're doing 2.6 million on Netflix. So, you can argue about what that means or who's right or whatever, but they did come into the top list again in the top 10 in 7 countries. They placed 6th in the United States, and the show accumulated 5.5 million hours viewed. Let's see. The previous week, they did 2.8 million views. So I was wrong because, if you listen to me and Luke Rojas's podcast from earlier, one of the things that I said was I thought this week would actually draw a bigger number because it's following the John Cena heel turn. It's going to be a big number. They're following the heel turn of John Cena. That number's got to be big. And granted, this does get watched more throughout the week, but I am shocked to see that the week before they did 2.8 million views. That's global. So that's not even what I thought, actually, if that's global. Actually, if that's global, that's way worse than I thought. Yeah, that's way worse. They did 2.6 million global views. I thought that was domestically. Wow. So they did 2.8 million views across the entire world. Now they did 2.6 million. So they dropped slightly. And that's crazy to me because John Cena just turned heel. It's like got to be one of the biggest moments. So I thought all these people were going to tune in. And again, I would think that a lot of them would have hung on even for the first 30 minutes of the show. I guess maybe the theory could be they logged in and they saw, they saw CM Punk, and that was pretty cool probably with Seth Rollins. And then the next thing they saw was Otis or whatever, and they were like, all right, I'm out of here. But I guess it's also possible that a lot of those people were like, oh, Netflix? I don't watch that. I don't even know. And then they didn't watch it at all. But that is shocking. Like, if you were to, I would bet money that the show would have done about the same, if not better, than the week before. Like, I can't believe that. Like, I'm kind of blown away by that, if that's correct. I mean, Netflix has released the viewership information for the past week, and the list shows February 24th episode of Raw ranked 2.6 million global views. So they ranked top 10 again, and that's good, but again, very, very bizarre. What am I, Trump? What the fuck is this? Why was I doing that? Jesus Christ, we're watching too much of that guy.
I've been going to
Justin Lin
for over 30 years. Never in all that time have I ever felt until last Sunday.
I'm going to read the comments in the chat in a minute too, by the way.
My safety, my life was in danger at a wrestling show.
There's Justin Lin, baby.
Donation works. Here's $3 bucks towards your electricity.
Let's pay the
Joe.
electric bill, baby. Let's pay it. Justin, thank you so much, man, for the $3. I appreciate it, brother. Good to hear from you. We're just getting going. I just woke up from a nappy. I took a 30-minute nappy. Can you believe that? It's like a power nap. So I'm coming out of the power nap. I really need a coffee, but here's an old coffee. This is like from this morning. F it.
You raised a piece of shit.
I'm on February 24th.
Creeper, I see you in the chat.
Maybe I am.
You really gonna ghost me? You really gonna play that game?
Oh, God, you're
you
right.
And I both enjoy Joe's content, yet when I donate to him, you get pissed and take it out on my fucking daughter.
Oh, my God,
and
Veronica.
Thought I wouldn't find out. Fuck you.
Oh, my God, guys. I did pull up the wrong ratings. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. I was like, what? I was going live.
God cracker.
Oh, my God, guys. What a gaffe.
About to be had. This ain't East Side scruff. This be what it is and it's bout to squabble up. Ya heard. On God, my nigga. Next time you cross Downing, it's on sight. On God.
I can't believe that. I knew there was something wrong. I'm like, what? What are we doing? Who sent me these? I'm going to punch you in the throat. Like, what are we doing? Oh, my God. I mean, I did just wake up. I'm out of it. But, I mean, what do we do? I'm reading the old ratings. Hold on a second. Let me pull it up. I've got the early ratings right here then. Hold on. I just pulled up the wrong article. That's all. Oh, my God. I can't believe that. I knew something was wrong, dude. I was like, what? Now I've got to talk about, like, I saw the real article and I got the real messages earlier today. And I was like, oh, wow. That's going to be something to talk about. The ratings have gone up, and here's what's gone on, and there's some initial information, and we're going to talk about how Raw is building up a little bit. And then I just pulled up this link, and it's the wrong link, and the ratings are down, but it's the wrong date. I got the wrong date, guys. Wrong ratings, wrong date. Sorry, my bad. Half asleep. Holy crap. And I'm like, oh, crap. I guess the narrative is this show wasn't that interesting. What the hell? I would have bet my life on that they would have done better. Well, they did do better. Let me get the real art. Let me get the real numbers. Holy Christ. Oh, my God, brother. Oh, The Rock's here to suck my soul dry.
So give me the both of you. The Rock wants your soul. Then The Rock wants your whole. The
Rock. Oh, yeah, this is my jam. Kara. Why didn't you tell me about that? Where were you on that, Kara?
Joe, you may be unemployed, but at least you won't hit a deer going to work like I did yesterday.
Oh, my God, that's the worst. They look at your car right as you're hitting them, and they go, and then you just nail them. Crap, dude. It didn't total the car, did it? So many people have totaled their cars because of deer. Deer are fuck you up, dude. They will fudge you up. I'm just messing with you, Kara. I was just trying to say, I was trying to blame you even though you didn't do anything. I'm just joking. No, I cannot believe that I did that. That is so wild. That is so crazy. Justin, let me see why aren't you, yeah, I don't know why you were, like, shadow blocked or whatever. I have no idea about that or why that happened. I don't see that you are. I don't know why you would have been, but what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put you in. I'm going to put you in the chat for, like, to accept you in case. Because it makes no sense why you would have been shadow banned or blocked or any of that stuff. I'm not sure what happened to you. That's so weird, bro. I don't know what happened, but we'll try to fix it. All right. Let me get the... Oh, my God, I can't... See, this is what happens when I take a nap, dude. I wake up all discombobulated. Okay. Okay, so I have the projections for Raw. So they did 2.6. All right. Here you go, guys. I'm sorry. This is crazy. I'm doing now. I got to do this at the same time. Okay. So, Raw did. Oh, God, can't believe we did this. So Raw did 2.8. 2.8 million. Then Raw did a 2.6. And now they're projecting a 3.2. So the projection is 3.2. So we'll see what happens when the official stuff comes out, and it may be out in a minute. Actually, I may be able to get a hold of it in a second once I find it. But those were the initial projections, and they were right. They were pretty much right the last couple of weeks. So looking at it, I would probably believe those numbers. The one in question is this last number, 3.2. So, that is in question. I can't guarantee that number at the end there, 3.2. But, assuming the other ones, like the other ones were at 2.7.5 and it rose to 2.8. The other ones were at 2.5.5, something around that. And then one was 2.8 and it got 2.6. So, but 3.2 I feel pretty confident in. And that makes more sense. That makes a lot of sense because John Cena just turned heel. All these people now, I want to go see what happens on Monday night. And, of course, John Cena's not on Monday Night Raw, as I told you. And, of course, they probably were all disappointed by that. And they probably lost a lot of interest in it. Like, oh, okay, he's not on here. And maybe a lot of them don't even know that John Cena is going to be back on March 17th of the show. So they don't even know what show he's going to be on. So they might tune in on Friday. And, I mean, you're going to get Cody Rhodes to speak on it Friday. But this is a very slow burn. And my concern with this, of course, as I said the other day, is like, man, this is a fast-paced society, bro. We got ADD right now. We got ADD, ADHD. We're all hyped up. We want instant gratification. And you're going to get Cody on Friday, but nothing else. I mean, you got the Punk and Seth story, which that's fine too, but it's like there are people that are tuning in specifically only for the Cena stuff, and they're not going to get that. And so that, I just feel like that is a missed opportunity, but again, there may be no avoiding that, right? With John Cena's movie schedule, and he mentioned it the other day, WWE's been very good accommodating me and, my whatever. So, I mean, he clearly has a schedule that he has to adhere to, and there's maybe just nothing you can do about it. And, I mean, what would you rather? John Cena doesn't do anything, or, he has to be selective about what he does. He's got 36 dates coming up over the next year, apparently. Like going into until about SummerSlam of next year. I don't know if SummerSlam's the last time we see John Cena officially as a wrestler. I think it is. I think it might be. But I don't 100% know that, but I seems to be projecting for that time.
You fucking mark!
Casey Mack, what up? Casey Mack, thank you for subbing to the channel, man. I appreciate it. Let me put the Creeder up there because the Creeder's the top dono, so let me put Creeder up there. So, yeah, I mean, it is what it is. This is his time. This is what he can do. His time is now. This is what he can do, and he's doing it. And how can you it's hard to argue, that you're getting something from John Cena after all these years. But the CM Punk thing was awesome. I thought him and Seth did really good. I said, I hate these pull-apart things that they always do, and that pull-apart was a really, I thought, pretty good one. So, good job there. Let's scroll up and go from the top of the chat while people are, been talking. What did Veronica say? Oh yeah, Veronica said, Creeder, I see you in the chat. You're gonna ghost me. I don't know what the hell they're talking. I don't know what that. I have no idea what that person's talking about. Steamroll dropped a bunch of racial stuff that I'm not sure what he's talking about. And then the Creeder, Justin, everybody else, thank you. Good to hear from you. I don't fully understand all the messages and the fights between each other, but I mean, cool, I guess. Have fun. What I don't know what these messages are. It's very, very meta, I feel like, or very inside job or joke or something. So I don't know. King Mike, what up? That's a rookie mistake. Yeah, dude, I just made a rookie mistake. That's crazy. I don't usually do that. That was weird. I can't believe that. That's the dyslexia. Like, I don't know. We're just going to pretend I'm dyslexic, and I'll just blame it on that. This week's ratings don't come out till next week. Yeah, Brother Sam, they don't. They don't come out. We only have the projections. We only have the projections of this week. But we had them last week, so, I mean... But again, they don't... So, I'll explain sort of why he's saying that. The ratings they don't really gather the ratings until the end of the week. They factor in the entire week as far as some of the rating goes. So they wait to make sure that unique households saw the whole thing. So there may be other people that watch it days after that it accumulates for. So the ratings are not official whatsoever, but we're projecting, I'm projecting, other people are projecting, literally like the weather, okay? This is like the weather. I'm using my eyes and brain, which we've already seen aren't that great tonight. But so if you trust my eyes and brain, you know, a conservative number would probably be 2.8, 2.9, or 3. But we're coming on after a pay-per-view, a PLE, whatever, and John Cena turned heel. So I think that the 3.2 projection is pretty close. We will absolutely laugh at me if it's wrong. I've been pretty close the last 4 weeks, every week, on the Tuesday or Wednesday after Monday with my estimation and projection. If you've watched any of my podcast stuff here or there, or the Twitter stuff that I've said, and then the WrestleNomics, and then when the real numbers actually, you know, get approved or come out in a news article, they've been pretty close. So this is the most variable week, right? We just had John Cena come back. There was a PLE, a couple other things. How is it going to play out through the week? But I'm pretty confident in the 3.2. 3.2 million globally. I think that's a possibility. I mean, I think it's pretty close to what's probably going to happen. But maybe something will happen I don't know about. Will laugh at me if I'm wrong, but I don't mind doing that. No, you're not dumb. You're not dumb. You should have Leah be my fact checker, yeah. Well, she has been so many times been my fact checker. I send stuff to Leah all the time. Like, especially before I go off on a rant about something, I can't tell you, especially politically, I can't tell you how many times, like, I'm about to go off on something. I'm like, wait a minute, what the fuck is this? And then I tell Leah, I'm like, hey, take a look at this. And then she comes back with something. Now, sometimes it's not right, and I'm right, or I'm close enough that I'm still mad or whatever. But there are sometimes I show my wife, and she's like, no, look at this, you idiot. And I'm like, oh, okay. So I don't do it. So, yeah, I like to have her fact check a lot. Plus, she'll try to tear down your argument anyway, so it's just a good way. Like, you can find out how solid your arguments are or your opinion is on something. Sometimes she hits me with stuff and it doesn't get validated, and I'm like, all right, I don't think you got enough proof and everything. I'm going to play that. I'm going to go with that because I didn't get proven wrong enough. But if my wife is like, no, look at this, and I'm like, oh, yeah, let's not run with that. Let's not do that. So, you know, usually Leah's good with that. Cape Mother says, raw dog a Slim Jim. Okay, that's bizarre. Omar Fakarani, what's up, brother? Fuck around and find out. The Creeder, how you doing, Creeder? What's up, man? You're the top dog, brother. Alfredo, what's up? AJ Styles to AEW after WrestleMania 41. His contract with WWE is up. I mean, here's the reasons why. The reasons why you could definitely see AJ Styles going to AEW is because AJ Styles already has been wanting to wind down this career and just kind of spend a lot of times with his family, his kid, all that stuff. We knew he didn't want to be champion because of that. And so for all those reasons, I mean, the guy wants a light schedule. So, I mean, if Tony Khan could be like, oh, my God, AJ, we would die for you, you know. Come here and work once every 2 weeks, once every week, whatever you want. You know, maybe have a little run with the belt at some point when you're feeling good. Whatever you want to do, come on in. 2 years, 3 years, not less demanding than WWE. I mean, granted, WWE is less demanding now than it's ever been, but, you know, he gets to call the shots in WWE, but maybe he wants the money. I mean, how much money are they going to really pay him? So there is a possibility that AJ Styles does do that and leave because maybe it's even an easier workflow than WWE. And I don't know how much Tony Khan. It really depends on how much Tony Khan is salivating over the idea of AJ Styles. If he's really salivating and he's just frothing at the mouth for AJ Styles, then my God, he might go there. I'm going to get to your questions. If you said something in chat, I'm going to be reading it. So just give me a second to get to that. Remember, there's a new Elon dono. Trump bombs. $10 rock soul. New donos. Remember those donos. Some of you guys might have seen them, but maybe some of you guys haven't seen them. There's some new donations, baby. You can play them if you want. Kara says, at some point, I'm pretty sure The Rock and Cena will be gone to film the Fast and the Furious movies, unless you know something I don't. Yeah, no, they will be. They'll be gone to do that. I mean, and Cena has stuff to film all over the place. I think he's doing something in like Indonesia or China or South Korea or somewhere. He's got some, I don't remember. It's an Asian country, I believe. Look it up. Somebody could look it up. I'm not going to look it up right now, but I will in a little bit if you want. But he basically is going somewhere to film something right now. He's away. He's doing something movie-wise right now. So that's what Cena's doing literally right now. He mentioned it in an interview the other day. I don't think it's Taiwan. I think China and Taiwan are in my head because of the China-Taiwan thing and what Cena said and how he bent the knee to China and, crapped on Taiwan as a country or whatever it is. Because they're not a country, guys. Did you know that? I just want to say that in case, got to be careful. In case my Chinese sponsors are watching. What's up? I agree with you guys. Omar Fakarani, what's up, brother? There will be a PLE called Ruthless Aggression in fall 2025. Wow. Okay, so that will be the last time then. That will be it. So it will be after SummerSlam. So SummerSlam will happen in August. And then August, September, October. So around October or maybe around September or October, there's going to be a pay-per-view. Are you serious? Or PLE called Ruthless Aggression. And if that's the case, then that will probably be seen as farewell. They literally called the pay-per-view or the PLE after the era that John Cena ignited. That's a really cool thing if that's 100%, and I did not know that. And if that's true, which I don't know why you would be lying, I'll check it out. Joe, light up a sage. Yeah, we need some sage in here. Eddie, what's up? How you doing, man? Hey, we'll call Travis Scott, and we'll get Travis Scott over here. Dude, I'll literally have him sit over here and just be lighting up sage. And Travis, we can wrestle and stuff, too. I can teach you how to wrestle. We can do it all, Travis Scott, if you're listening. We're good to go, brother. Okay? Travis was all hyped up the other day after the show. Did you guys see that? When he went backstage, he was like, let's go. Oh, my God, I'm going to wrestle. He just exploded Cody's eardrum. And then he was like, Triple H was hugging him, and he was like, oh, man, I'm so pumped up. By the way, shout out to R-Truth, man, for the follow. Followed me earlier on Twitter, an X, whatever it's called now. I don't know. Triple X Twitter, have X kids. I don't know. Elon, what are you doing to me? Yeah, here it is. Just a little bit of Travis. After he exploded the eardrum, allegedly, of Cody Rhodes. Look at Triple H with the fan. How cute.
How fun's that bro?
How fun's that shit? Wasn't that fun punching Cody in the eardrum?
Bro, this might be better than like low key performing, bro. It was like a whole nother vibe. Yo, it was so crazy because it was like in the ring. I was like, oh, dog, I think we about to be like straight bad guys. It like hit me, and I was like, oh, it's about to hit.
Hey, wait till you're in there doing it.
No, that's what I'm saying. No, I already seen it.
Wait till you're in there doing it, because Triple H, they're apparently letting Travis Scott train to be a wrestler. So it looks like he's going to be a lot of work. I mean, he looks. One thing I'll say is I thought he looked. He obviously looked kind of silly out there in a way, or like weird. But like I sort of thought he was supposed to look like that. Like he looked like he was cool and in his own world. And I really think that Pat McAfee made him look worse by constantly being like, the Sage Master of all Sage, That's the most insane thing of being said of all things said. Like, Pat McAfee was atrocious on commentary at times. And Michael Cole was all right, but not great. The commentary was really bad the other night. I'm not going to go into that again. We're not going to do that all over again, but it was not good. And I think even Travis Scott somehow suffered because of it a little more. He was a fine background, like sort of Dennis Rodman character type in the background. But, yeah, he looks like he's going to be a lot of work in the ring. If he's really wrestling in the ring and being trained in the ring, Travis Scott is going to be some work.
Just off of that little rip, I'm gonna know it get real. I'm already hooked. I'm going back.
Triple H is concentrating so hard on trying to understand what he's saying right here. I love it.
H, man, tonight? What? I'm going to the ring tomorrow. What you talking about? I'm about to build a ring in all the cribs. Bro, I don't think y'all know how to. Yo, my goodness, come on.
Man, I know people like Travis Scott. Oh, my God, bro. Imagine being around him. It's like the little puppy that's new, jumping up and down. And you're just like, what? But it's nice to see he's excited about wrestling and whatever, and he's getting the feeling of it or whatever. It's just hard. You know, you've been doing it. You're jaded. You know, obviously Triple H and all them, they're going to encourage the guy. But, yeah, it's funny. But he's excited, but I don't know, man. Good luck. That's going to be I think it's going to be a little bit tough in the ring with him. But he might learn, and maybe he'll, well, you know, I don't know. We'll see what he learns. We'll see what happens. I think that they're on a roll as far as guys in the ring go. I think he could be one of the ones where, you know, oops, you know, it takes a break for a little bit. You know what I mean? But that doesn't mean that he can't be involved in as a manager or coming out to the ring and doing stuff like he did the other night. Certainly you want to probably tell him not to slap someone's eardrum open. But, you know, other than that, I mean, it could have been a lot worse. Like, it really could have been. It was pretty good. He didn't mess anything up. Like, he could have messed something up. And he didn't. He did well. He went out there. He was composed. He didn't, like, get shaky and nervous. He didn't throw up. I know he's an entertainer already. We know. But, you know, I'm just saying, like, he could have had problems. And he didn't really. He did, you know, he did something potentially, you know, too hard, maybe, but Joe, Blizzard is coming? Really? Like you mean like Jade Cargill, or what do you mean? Drew Barr, what's up? Bad Bunny is the man. Yeah, but Bad Bunny's crushing it. It's going to be really hard to do what Bad Bunny is doing. It's going to be really hard to do what, you know, Logan Paul and just all these other people have done. It's really not likely, you know, you're going to be able to do that. He should be in prison. Joe, will you switch over to Teams or Zoom when Skype goes away? I don't know, maybe, but I have Discord, so I don't know. Maybe. I don't know what the logistics of that is going to be. I'll let you know, though. Yo, what's up, Anthony? How you doing, man? Brother Sam, I think he said Hungary. Will Cena be healed for the rest of the year? I don't think so. Mastro's World, what's up, dude? Ruthless Aggression pay-per-view has to happen in Boston. That would be cool, Kara. That would be really cool. That would be fucking cool as shit. Maybe we could go to that. Who in the Blue L is Travis Scott? I think he's a rapper, and one time something happened at one of his shows. I don't know anything more. I thought he kept drinking too much of whatever he was drinking. No, he wasn't drinking. He was dumping sage all over the place and sprinkling it all over the place. Getting some sage all over that. It was very weird. Very strange. I thought. Pretty awkward.
You all have decided to take your hard-earned money.
Yes!
And to fund my show.
Yes!
To fund what I do. To fund what I believe in. To fund my godly
Leonard Kitty Kisser.
JCS Army. Donate to me.
Mike, yeah!
Acknowledge me.
And just like that, my little bitch boy Creeder goes below me.
Oh.
Take a seat at the kiddie table, Creeder. Tell my ex he left his Legos in my bathroom. Joey, my love. I wish wrestling was fun, but I agree with Luke. It's all just individual.
It's all just
New
individual
subscriber.
moments.
You fucking mark!
Zach Minger. Thank you, Zach, for subbing to the channel, man. Yeah, Creeder, man, he's got to come off the wall here. So we'll get Creeder off of there. Thank you, Creeder, for the $10 earlier. Much appreciated, brother. But Leonard Kitty Kisser, dare I say, that bizarre man. I'm assuming it's a man who would be have that name. Very strange name. But thank you for the $30, man. Omar Fakarani is here. I don't know what the Sage is all about 100%. But Travis Scott can use a lot of work in the ring to avoid a similar situation. Yeah, we don't really know how good he is, but I'm assuming he knows nothing, right? Based on what we saw the other day. I mean, he kind of looks all right, looks kind of cool walking around, so I like that. That's cool. He looked kind of menacing out there. You know what I mean? He had these menacing looks. He had a pretty good look. I mean, looked like he was like he really did look like the voodoo cheerleader of the group. Like he was up to something. So, I mean, in that sense, the fact that he's created all this, like, I wouldn't say controversy, but all this questions that, like, is he putting a hex on John Cena or a spell on somebody? What's he doing? You know, I think all of that stuff worked out interestingly. You know, I thought he was good. But, you know, as far as how I see him moving and stuff, he's probably going to need, some people, they've got something. They've never wrestled before, but they know how to sell somewhat a little bit, and then they kind of get how the motions go. And you're like, wow, this guy's never really been in the ring or been trained. But just from watching it, he's kind of got some stuff down that we can work with here as he's a green, doesn't know anything person. But, like, when I look at Travis Scott, he reminds me of somebody who's heavy-handed, who doesn't quite get, like, how you gotta move or whatever. And at some point, sometimes you don't even work on their running the ropes and that stuff because it's just too much. You just work on throwing a worked punch. That's it. And you just go from there. Kicks and punch. And when I look at Travis Scott, what he did the other day and how he moved in the ring, I don't know, he kind of reminds me of, somebody who might be heavy-handed, who's going to need a lot of work from the beginning. I mean, it may take a year to get him to the point of, just being able to, throw a punch and sort of, be able to do 3 or 4 or 5 things around and then in the ring, and that's some other people, it's like, it's they pick it up right away and you start moving to the next thing and you start moving into like, hey, let's play around and let's have a little worked match and let's see what you do, And I don't think he's going to be at that level for a while based on what I saw. Joe, you think Jerry Lawler will return to commentary? JBL needs to come back on commentary too. Absolutely not. What are you talking about? No way. Jerry the King Lawler could come back on commentary for like one match for like a guest sort of honorary thing. I don't know if you've heard Jerry Lawler recently, but he is very, he's not in the best of shape after that stroke that he had. Remember he had a stroke a couple years ago now? He's getting a lot better, but I don't think he could ever do commentary again, actually. I mean, by himself or even as a third man, I don't know. But they could certainly bring him out there in honorary, and he could say a few words here or there and probably talk a little bit, maybe. But he could certainly not carry something. It's not possible, which is really sad. And I hope they bring him out soon so he can, say hi to people and whatever else. But they did show him on Raw, I want to say, a while back. Might even have been early in February. But his vocal ability, isn't the greatest right now from what I've seen. I can try to find you something on him. But he had a tough time. Yeah, Jerry Lawler opens up about post-stroke challenges.
Undisclosed.
Wow. The Joe Rogan podcast is coming up. This is a loud video. Holy Christ. That's half volume.
Undisclosed location in Memphis. We have this secret meeting that's taking place. We're going to meet the king. You know who.
He opened the door like a guy who's getting the shotgun. Secret meeting with the king.
Bat cave.
This is my bat cave, yes.
But it's literal because you literally have drawn Batman for
DC comic.
That's crazy. Talk to me about what's in the bat cave. First of all, there is a Batman.
That was that an edit, like an ADR? Like you literally drove Batman for DC Comics. That was funny.
Yes.
That's awesome. There's Jerry Lawler's Batmobile. You know, I think we played this on the show once. Yeah, this was a year ago. So maybe he is in a little bit better. Maybe he could come out and call one match. He sounds better here than the one I saw him in.
Arkansas. And she came to the Coliseum and she said, Mr. Lawler, I made this rope for you. And so then for about a year, she'd make it one every week. And then I wore this on my one WrestleMania.
You guys remember this one? Look at that. I know you remember this. Ooh.
I love that outfit. I'd love to have that Jerry Lawler outfit. You know, that classic one that he wore there on Raw. To have that would be amazing because that would be just crazy. But yeah, he probably could. He was on the Raw after the Rumble, yeah. But I mean, he probably could carry one match, you know, or come out and do a match and talk a little bit. But he's not going to come back, you know. Joe broke my eardrums like Cody. I'm sorry, bro. He didn't mess anything up. He fucked up Cody's eardrum. Shut up, Ghost. I meant he didn't mess anything up like I'm trying to explain. You know, like when John Cena was looking at The Rock and he was like turning basically, he could have run up all stupid or something, or you know what I mean. When Cena was beating up Cody Rhodes, he could have gotten in the way of that for some reason. He could have stood in the way of them all or acted weird in front of them. He kind of stood in the background a lot of the time, like he knew his place was like I'm the background jerk off. You know, he didn't stand in front of Cena and The Rock a bunch. You know, it was only when they ushered him over, like, hey, man, get some of this, you know. He could have forgotten to grab Cody's arms the way they wanted him to, which he did, and he did kind of mess up a little bit or didn't know what he was doing there. And then they were like, no, his arm, like, grab his arms. But he could have continued to flub that, and it would have looked weird. I don't know. There's just a lot of things. Walk into the ring, you know. There's just a lot of things he could have done, I feel like, to make it worse. It could have been worse to me. It was bad for Cody. Like, right? If he really exploded Cody's eardrum, which we're hearing that's what happened, if that is really what happened, obviously that is a mistake. And the guy was like overzealous, hyped up. You know, he didn't have any training. They were like, hit it, you know, beat him up. I think all he was supposed to really do was hold Cody's arms. You know what I mean? Like, he was supposed to hold Cody's arms, and then Cena was going to hold his legs down, and The Rock was going to whip him with the belt. But instead, when Rock was like, get him or hold him, do it. Now's the time. You're going to grab his arms, right? I'm going to whip him with the belt. Remember the thing we talked about? I'm going to whip him with the belt. Well, Travis Scott thought, oh, go get him too? Like, let me hold
I've been
your
going to
face
wrestling
up.
shows for
you know?
over
So
30
he did
years.
mess. I think he did mess up, but it's just
ever felt until last Sunday.
for Cody it didn't work out. For the viewer, it wasn't so bad.
Life was in danger at a wrestling show.
Michael Cole was so fucking robotic when Cena turned heel it almost ruined the turn.
Yeah.
Where's the fucking emotion?
I don't
Cena
understand
needs
it.
to win, if not the heel turn is buried.
I don't understand what Michael Cole and what Pat McAfee were doing. I don't understand why there was no emotion. I don't understand why they weren't screaming and they weren't like, oh my God. And I know that you think, and it's almost because like this new era, they want to just let it all play out. But I just, and I know that might not be their style either, right? Maybe that's not their style. But I mean, to me, it's like, why didn't it sound like my edit? There's no one as hardworking as Cena. There's no one who's dedicated their career to the fans, to the children, to the families, and to the wrestling world than John Cena. Why isn't this the way it went, you know? It's a legendary career that will go down in the annals of time as perhaps the best of all time. What is The Rock doing?
What the hell is Cena doing? John Cena sold his damn soul. It's a brutal assault.
What does this mean?
He hit him with Cody Rhodes' father's watch. What the hell has The Rock done to John Cena? Somebody's gotta stop this.
Why aren't we able to compile something like that from what they actually called? You know? And obviously that's an edited version because I can't play the real thing on YouTube. But the full 3-minute video that I made, and it's like I would do that every time. I didn't need to take a break and think about it, and I didn't have I have hindsight. I've seen a million people turn heel. I remember calling Top Rope Promotions, and one of the guys who's always been the face and an amazing guy turned heel after 4 years, and I didn't know it was happening. And I called it like it was the end of my life. It was unbelievable. And probably nobody heard it. Probably, but I was really like, what the hell? You know, like it was crazy. And Michael Cole called it so robotic and reserved. Like, this happens, okay. But Pat McAfee was worse. Pat McAfee was like, that's the most incredible thing I've ever heard of all things ever said. Of course he's, The Rock always has a plan. And it was like, there was no realization that we're seeing John Cena turn his back on everyone. And it was like, it was crazy to me that Michael Cole and or Pat McAfee were like, you know, that it didn't build up over time. I understand the initial shock and then it builds up. But it was like, they were just, it just got messed up. I don't know. Luckily it wasn't, like you said, it wasn't the worst, right? It didn't destroy the turn, but it was borderline. It was a borderline one. It was borderline commentary to me. It was like, I was hoping for like an 8, 9, or 10 call on commentary. I'm going to be very hard on commentary because I want it to be very good. But I wanted an 8, a 9, or a 10 on commentary. And I feel like that was maybe a 6, right? Which is passable, right? Like a 5 and below is not passable. If you do a 5 or below on commentary, it's not passable. That was not passable. When Cody Rhodes said, go fuck yourself to The Rock, and Michael Cole said nothing, and then Cody Rhodes, and then Pat McAfee said, that's the most and crazy thing that I've ever heard said since things been said. I mean, $1 million delivery, awful what he said. Trash content, $1 million delivery by Pat McAfee. And Michael Cole said nothing. There is no chance in hell that somebody shouldn't have said something like that whole time. It just should have been handled way better. It wasn't. It was handled bad. If you think that was pretty good, I think you're crazy, and I'll fight you over it. I'll die on that hill 1,000 times over. I will die on the hill that the commentary was subpar. Pat McAfee's better than that, and Michael Cole is better than that. That was not great. it was a 6 out of 10. And that call should have been an 8, 9, or 10 out of 10. Okay? And I strongly believe that if I was calling that, it would have been at least a 7 or an 8. You know? And if somebody else had been calling it really good, like, then it could have been even better, maybe. But, like, for Michael Cole and Pat McAfee, I think they'd like to have another shot at that call because it didn't go so well. No way you don't understand that. Brian, you're on drugs. The commentary was amazing. You can fucking die, bro. You're retarded. You should get the fuck out of here. Like, you should get out of here. The commentary was amazing. Dude, jump off a cliff. Jump off a cliff, dude. Like, you need to go away. Don't even start, bro. I'll never believe anything you say in the chat again. There is no, don't even, like, you cannot argue this. It's not good. The commentary was not good. They called, you want to hear the comment? I'll fucking play it again for you. Do you want to play? You really want to do this again? You are on drugs if you think the commentary was good. What kind of drugs are you on? I want to know. Let's listen. Want to listen? Let's listen. Let's listen to the great commentary. You ready? We did this yesterday. I don't want to do this again, but...
Hey, Rock! Go fuck yourself! What?
That what was great. That's fine. Pat McAfee did a good job there. What? Like, at least somebody said something. Thank God Pat said something. Michael Cole is saying nothing. And Travis Scott is now saging himself all over the place during this intense moment. Now remember, Cody just told The Rock to go fuck himself. Michael Cole's not saying anything.
Travis Scott burning sage in the corner.
Now, Pat McAfee now brings up...
Bullfrog is a moron.
Pat McAfee brings up a guy in the corner that has nothing to do with this, really.
LOL Joe, love that rant, it was so funny. Imagine if Cena turned heel with a prime Jim Ross. Wade Barrett didn't say shit either. I'm not gonna lay off the donations.
Right. Thank you, Seabass the Beast. Hey, Seabass, don't lay off the donations, man. We need them. Bring on the donations. Let's continue this, though, because I'm going to do this again.
Sage from Travis Scott.
Cody Rhodes just told The Rock to go fuck himself. Pat McAfee said, what? And now he said, Travis Scott burning some sage in the corner. The Rage Cage Sage. What are you doing? What is Pat McAfee doing, and why is Cole not talking?
Travis Scott burning sage in the corner. The Rage Sage from Travis Scott. One of the most shocking things I've ever heard said in the history of saying things.
One of the most shocking things I've ever heard. Why is he talking like that? Can you believe that he's saying this shit? Like, I can't even believe that happened. It's crazy to me. That he's saying that he's doing that. Listen to this. Listen to this.
I will open my arms. You will come to me. Answer is yes. If your answer is no, then tonight the dream dies. Again.
Oh my God. This is my version of it.
I knew it, bitch!
Now, I tried to put on a Nigel for you or like an evil villain character for you.
Know why? Oh my! Hey, Rock! Go fuck yourself!
What? Oh my God! Oh my God! That's... Cody Rhodes is not gonna live to see another day! Cody Rhodes just told The Rock to go straight to hell! What kind of man wants another man's soul? Look at Cena! Cena was worried! These people, I was worried! Want your soul. What does that mean? What the heck is Travis Scott doing?
Travis Scott burning sage in the corner.
Oh, he's burning sage. Okay.
Well. Sage from Travis Scott.
Well, that's it. Regardless of that.
One of the most shocking things I've ever heard said
The Rock,
in the history of saying things.
Very good, Pat, but the bottom line is this. What is Pat doing? Very good, Pat, but the bottom line is this. Like, it's like, why didn't Cole step in and take over something? Because it's so awkward that the second guy is saying goofy shit because you're not doing anything. Very good, Pat, but the bottom line is this. Cody Rhodes, John Cena. More important things to worry about. What the hell is... Wait a minute! So, like, that was like a mix of my reaction last night, or my reaction the night of the show, and then the night later on in the night when we played that other clip, and I put them together, and they were just me randomly riffing about what you could be doing at the time. Granted, like, it's not great anything. I'm just putting it together really fast, but, you know, I just don't understand why Michael Cole is bowing aside and then allowing Pat McAfee to sort of like be the one that drives the train. Like, in a situation like this, I feel like Cole needs to take over. I am the dominant guy. Like, when something really important happens and I need and something needs to be described, or we need to feel something, as the lead guy or the head guy or the veteran guy, I might start dominating the call. Okay, Pat? And Pat, when I rest for a second, or, you know, even at the same time I'm speaking, you can certainly throw a word out or a reaction, whoa, or whatever you want to do, you know? But, like, to allow him, who's frantically paints all over the place, to be the one driving it, and I think that's where the miscommunication might have come in, potentially. Potentially, Michael Cole was trying to let it all breathe. He didn't want to be JR. Good God Almighty! What the hell? Like, he didn't want somebody screaming over everything that was going on. Let it breathe. Let's see what happens. We're all reacting to, you know. And I think that just Pat just was coming unglued. But in the end, it made it way worse because you had the lead commentator who was nowhere to be found, and you had the sidekick guy who's the hype guy kind of just spewing out retard thing, like just nothing all over the place. And it's like, bro, the call shouldn't have been Travis Rage in the cage, Sage, almost like so stupid. Doesn't make sense. You could do it a million other ways. I just can't believe they didn't do anything. You know? Do it a million times, a million other ways.
Long time ago.
It's crazy. It's crazy to me that they didn't do a better job.
Hey, Rock! Go fuck yourself!
Oh, wow!
What?
Listen to this crowd! They know how they feel about it! Cody Rhodes just told The Rock to go straight to hell! What kind of another man wants another man's damn soul?
John Cena's relieved. I'm relieved. The crowd's relieved. Yeah, but now there's going to be hell to pay, Joe.
Look at the look on The Rock's face. Cody Rhodes just made the biggest mistake of his career. I don't think so. I think he's got his sights set on John Cena for WrestleMania.
One of the most shocking things I've ever heard said in the history of saying things.
You tell me what's better. You tell me what's better. Fuck off if you think that commentary was good. They didn't know what the fuck was going on commentary. They didn't know what was going on commentary. They didn't know who was supposed to talk, who's supposed to describe things. Do we want to describe things? I don't know. There's not a chance in hell. And I swear to God, I might have knocked out Pat McAfee if I was out there. If I was letting it breathe and he said the most shocking thing that's ever been said since things were said. The reaction initially to that, to go fuck yourself, the reaction initially was, oh, or something like that. That was fine. I give that a 7 out of 10. The next thing that he said was Travis Scott in the corner burning some sage. Not too bad, I guess, but you're taking away from the direct contact of Cody Rhodes and The Rock and the audience's reaction and maybe Cena even. Earlier in my commentary, I actually referenced Cena too. When they were talking, I said, look at the look on Cena's face. He can't believe it. I can't believe it. You know? And that was when you thought, oh, is Cody Rhodes gonna actually do it? We referenced Cena. They did not reference Cena. I think they referenced the fucking Travis Scott again, I think. And that was Pat McAfee again. Because you're like, what are you watching? What I'm watching something completely different? We need Vince McMahon in these people's ears, apparently.
Well, he better do it, Joe. He's got no...
Your soul. If the answer is yes, then the American Nightmare will live forever.
What kind of...
I'm going to speed it up a little bit.
A human being needs another person's soul.
See, they weren't talking at all here, and I think the point was to not talk, but I just so disagree with that.
What kind of human being needs another person's soul?
If your answer is no, then tonight the dream dies.
Got no choice now.
Crowd was hot though, man. You got to give it to him, right? We're gonna play some. We're gonna play the donations in a minute, man. They're on pause. Hit that like button though if you can, man. We could use those likes. There is a possibility they were told not to talk, Casey. You are correct. I actually think that Michael Cole, I don't know, because Pat McAfee was trying to talk, right? So that's what makes me think it was Cole's on-the-fly decision to lay back. And I think he was expecting Pat McAfee to do the same, and it didn't happen. So either Pat McAfee defied the orders, or Pat McAfee wasn't really instructed to do anything. He just took it upon himself. But Cole was like, they weren't in sync with what they were going to do, is what I'm saying. So they could have been instructed not to talk, but I'm not sure. It does sound like at one point that like Pat McAfee almost gets a headset ripped off his head. That might have happened. Cole might have grabbed his headset, or he took it off. I don't know. You can hear it, though.
I want it all, Rock.
Uh-oh.
I told you, Joe.
My soul no longer belongs to me.
I knew it.
You got to be kidding me.
And you know why?
John Cena can't believe it.
Because I gave my soul to this ring and these people a long time ago.
Uh-oh.
Hey, Rock, go fuck yourself.
What? Oh my God! Oh my.
Now, like, I like people reacting to stuff. I like that. I happen to like that. I do think that there are some people that talk too much and they're whatever. I think it would have been fine there, and especially after the go fuck yourself. Once the go fuck yourself happened, then I think, okay, you can start to commentate a little bit on it, especially when there was a lot of dead air and the crowd died down. There was a moment when the crowd died. Like, I'm listening. If the crowd's really loud, I let that go for a second. You know? But anyway, the point is, I don't want to nitpick. I'm just saying it's obvious that commentary that they did was not right. Something was completely wrong, and you can tell because there wasn't a lot of commentary, and when they did do commentary, it was and the most craziest thing said since they've been saying things. And Travis Scott with the rage and the sage in the corner. After Cody says to go fuck yourself, this guy's hyping up Travis Scott in the corner. It's so bad. It's obviously bad. And you could say, well, Joe, I wouldn't like you calling it either, talking a lot over stuff or whatever. That's fine. If you want, okay. I can understand that. But what they did was not correct. Like, they could have just shut up completely and said almost nothing until Cena turned heel. But, I prefer somebody on commentary like Vince McMahon, Jim Ross, anybody back in the day, Gorilla Monsoon, Bobby Heenan. Hell, I think fucking Excalibur would have called this a lot better. Excalibur would have called this a lot better, which is crazy to say that.
If you smell what demonic Hollywood is cooking, it's cooking babies, adrenochrome, brandy and Cody, your mix baby will do.
Brian,
so give me the both of
here
you.
he comes.
The Rock wants your soul, then The Rock wants your roll. The Rock. Then The Rock.
Joe brother, I know it was trash, love your ranting, they're great, but I recommend you hear the Spanish version, like really good, but yeah, Pat and Cole did bad, love you brother. How would you book Cena versus Cody at Mania?
Thank you, Brian. I'd have to think about that one for a minute. Yeah, the Spanish was probably good. Lo punto de lucha libre. Oh, punto de lucha. El loco es mucho dinero. Los Lopez. Los Grande. Like, sorry, I don't know. It was probably really good, the Spanish call, to be honest. We talked about that. Luke Rojas talked about that. We talked about that the other day, that the Spanish call was probably badass. Probably badass. In fact, a lot of the other calls that were in other languages, they all did it. They all did it right. How did the English one get so screwed up? I'm sorry to crap on this and harp on it, but I don't get it. Huh? I don't know what Ghost, you sent me a message. I'm not really sure what that meant, but I think I know what that meant, but I'm not 100% sure. My mic stand is breaking. I got to fix it. It's like hovering down on top of me. Anyway, where were we at? We were talking about stuff, and oh my God, you like derailed me into like flipping out about the commentary again. Has to be that they were told not to talk. I don't believe that. I've been
going to wrestling shows for over 30 years. Never in all that time have I ever felt, until last Sunday, that my security, my safety, my life was in danger at a wrestling show.
Michael Cole and Cena are best friends in real life. Cole should have been selling it in a more disbelief way.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I don't understand. And Kermack, quite honestly, Kermack, if Michael Cole had known about the turn, I would have had Cole take his headset off and run to the ring, and I would have had Cena lay out Cole as he was climbing into the ring. I mean, to really make it believable, like Cole's like, "What is John? John, what are you doing?" And he did do that. He said, "John, what are you doing? What are you doing, John?" And it would have been cool if he was like, you know, he was getting really more upset, and he like was like, I gotta go. What the hell is going on? And he throws the headset down. You hear the headset bang around, and then Cole runs up onto the ring, and then Cena grabs him before he can get in the ring and just punches Cole in the throat or something. I don't know. I mean, that would get chaotic probably, but I think it would have added to it. Like Cole's coming out there to try to stop him, and they stomp on him and throw him out of the ring, you know, and maybe even Pat McAfee jumps in the ring then, and they beat up Pat McAfee and throw him out of the ring. I mean, that would have been more chaotic even. It would have kind of been like Bash at the Beach a little bit. They were throwing the other guys out of the ring. And they went back to just beating up Cena. Now there was no commentary. And it's that could work. But yeah, it was weird. It was like Michael Cole was sort of like selling it like I really am in shock. And I'm in such shock. I don't really have the power to deliver a screaming, passionate, like, what the hell's going on? And it would have been nice if the other guy was like, you know, he's like, that's it, I knew it. Nobody can resist The Rock. Cena sold his soul to The Rock. I don't believe that. I think they've got a WrestleMania match. And like, no, look at this. He sold his soul. Face the facts, Cole. Your friend, Cena. He don't give a damn. He cares about the money, the lifestyle. It's like, this is who he is. I cannot believe what I'm seeing. John Cena's tearing apart Cody Rhodes. Like, and it's just this crazy, you know, just chaos is going on. But instead it's things like Travis Sage with the Sage and, man, you don't cross the final boss. Because that's what the boss says. Because the final boss said so. Like he's stone cold. Like, none of it made sense. I really don't want to continue on this anymore. It breaks my heart. It breaks my heart. I don't want to do it anymore. It's making me upset. I don't want to do it. I don't care if they told Cole, they didn't tell Cole. I don't give a damn. If I was out there calling it, I would have called it. I would have done it. I don't give a damn if I knew or I didn't know. I wish I didn't know. If I didn't know, even better. I would have figured it out. 100%. I've done this a million times. I'm telling you guys, I've seen it a million times live. Somebody didn't tell me about the ending. Somebody didn't tell me about the run-in. Somebody didn't tell me that a guy after 5 years of being the good guy, the hero, suddenly turned heel. I didn't see it coming. I've got a million videos of me doing it. It doesn't matter. You should be able to react instantly to anything and call anything. It doesn't matter. I don't care how shocked you are or whatever it is. That should make it even better. The commentary should be that much better. We had dinner 2 weeks ago, and John Cena told me about all the great things going on in his life, about everything going on here, about everything that's gone on over the years. What the hell would make him feel like he had to sell his damn soul? I sat with this man. He's John freaking Cena. He doesn't need to sell his soul. Well, it's too late because it looks like he already did. Damn it, John, no! What the hell? What kind of shit is this? And by the way, Michael Cole said shit. So the commentary wasn't that great. Pat McAfee was retarded. Michael Cole was kind of like took a while to finally get going on commentary. And then Michael Cole said, what kind you're going to stoop to this shit? Which was great, by the way. But I was told by Road Dogg that I F this and S that on my commentary. It's just very funny, very bizarre. So I don't understand what was up there. And then as they're zooming in on Cena, it's just no pontificating about what does this mean for the future, and then the other guy being able to say things like Pat McAfee, even though he's not a heel announcer, he could have said, it means the final boss runs the show. It means you don't cross the boss. It means a lot of things, Cole. It means Cody Rhodes is quite honestly, in some deep shit. That's what it means. And he's already in it right now. He may not make it to WrestleMania. There was all that type of sort of talking and adding and back and forth and what is this, but no one had the synergy until maybe the very end. They started putting it together, and I don't know. Anyway, we gotta move off of this. So we can't beat this to death every day. I mean, I was talking about the ratings, but the bottom line is I want you to remember what I said, because if I'm wrong, we can call me out at the end of the week. Probably on Friday, Saturday, we'll call me out if I'm wrong. We got AEW coming up this weekend. 3.2 is kind of the projection, and that's what I believe that we're gonna land on. Yeah, Young Omerta says, let's move on. We're beating a dead horse. I agree. We're beating a horse to death. They need Vince McMahon in the production. I think Vince McMahon would have been yelling like, damn it, no. I don't know. Sorry, Joe. I can't believe you're not calling out Cena heel change had Travis Scott involved. Yeah, I'm not. I mean, I do think, I said it the other night. I said I think it is a little bit bizarre. It was a little bizarre. I've heard that this guy had some kind of stampede at his show and people don't like him because of that. I didn't know. I don't remember that. I remember that, but I didn't know that really. So, man, my thing is all jacked up. But so I don't know. It's funny how we couldn't have certain people in the Hall of Fame before, but now the people that we invite to WWE, it's so weird. But I thought Travis Scott played a role kind of like a Hollywood, role or elite or just a kind of a, let's be honest, he sort of played like a weird roguey thug in the background, and he didn't know what he was going to do, and I thought that was all right. I got to be honest. I mean, in hindsight, it wasn't great for Cody if he's got a busted eardrum because Travis Scott, unloaded on him and doesn't really know how to throw a punch. He seemingly took it to, the guy's going to be tough to train in the ring. Like I said, he's going to be tough. I can tell by what I saw. He's going to be tough in the ring.
Hey, Bullfrog is a moron.
Scissor me, Joe!
The fact the IWC is still analyzing this like a college course is very telling how big this heel turn is.
Yeah.
Hire Joe Cronin, you fucks.
Thank you. Thank you, Kermac. Love you, Kermac. I know, right? I literally have no job right now. I have no job. And I need to come up with, $1,700 in the next couple of days. And I'm literally wasting time on YouTube trying to explain why the commentary didn't work very well the other night. And maybe it's not as bad as I'm saying. I think it got better as it went on. But from the beginning to the end, it got better at the end, but it was real bad. And I can clearly show you that. And it's proof. It's 100% proof that there was something wrong with the commentary. So I can't stand by. I can't pretend that it's not that bad and just say whatever. I can't do it. I have to say something about it. But yeah, we're moving on because that's enough of that. Facts, Cole should have took the beating from Cena. I think you're right. Cole Yeah, true, and Cole has seen it probably 10 times. Rick Shaw, what's up, Rick? I don't know what that means. I'm not sure what the context of what you're saying is. A thug, he did. He looked like a thug in the background. I mean, when you're in the background wearing sunglasses in an arena and a gold chain, and then you're beating another man at the very end like a beating, in a beating, you're kind of a thug. Look like a thug. And that's what he was there to do. Be a foot soldier. Be a thug. Be a foot soldier. Be I don't want to say a bodyguard, but be a member of the crew. Be a posse. That's what Travis Scott was there to do, and I thought he did all right. I thought he did good. I mean, he didn't do good, and again, he really didn't when you think about if he busted open Cody's eardrum. But other than that, the look, I thought it was a little out of place. It was weird, kind of. But I don't know. For me, I didn't get distracted by it. I first said, why is this guy coming out? But I actually thought that added to the heel persona of The Rock, because we've never seen The Rock need to come out with like a cheerleader or a weird sidekick guy who sprays sage and, is this kind of like, he's kind of like this ominous, quiet dude coming out with The Rock with a belt, I think, too, by the way. What the hell was that? It was just weird, and I just think it added a little bit to The Rock has some kind of presence going on. I don't know. And when you think about the guy's background, he's got such a negative background, apparently, according to a lot of people, that, that makes it seem even more like Hollywood satanic. So I guess I did not mind it as much as you guys. I thought he was pretty good. He's like the disciple, but smaller. He's like the disciple. And we'll see if that's how it stands. Damn, I'm getting lit up. Kermack said, hated Travis being there at first, but it grew on me. Yeah, I kind of felt the same. I was like, what is this? What's going on? And then I was like, all right. And I think what you said is right. He grew on me as he's being a weird Hollywood weirdo. Yeah, that's what it felt like to me, and I was okay with it. He should have been carrying The Rock's belt, not some bootleg thing. Yeah. Yeah, and I mean, clearly the problem with that is that's he showed up with it. He's like, man, I'm going to go out with this belt. And Rock was like, cool, man. Cool, brother. All right. Anyway, you're going to go out first, go out there, soak it up in front of everybody. Then The Rock's going to come up right behind you. Then we're going to march to the ring. We'll whoop some ass. You follow The Rock's lead. You know what to do. They talked about it before. And that's kind of what I think went down. He's just like, oh, man, I thought I got this cool belt. I want to bring this belt with me. Cool. Rock, okay, yeah, bring it out there. We have fun. It's kind of like WWE has a little bit of Tony Khan in them now, because it's not Vince McMahon. Vince would, that probably would not have happened under Vince. Number one, I don't know if Travis Scott would have gone to the ring under Vince, right? Vince might have been like, yeah, I don't want that guy going out there. We're not bringing that guy out there. I don't want to do that. But even if they did, he might have said, have him keep the belt. Don't take the belt out there. I could see Vince doing that. So, they're having a little bit of a Tony Khan moment where yeah, take your belt out there. Take whatever whatever you want. Do whatever. It wasn't well explained. JR would have had a novel for Travis involvement. Right, exactly. The Rock attracts all types of Hollywood. You got to wonder how Travis Scott got to where he is. Did he sell his soul to The Rock too? Huh? Did Travis Scott? Answer me, you son of a bitch. Like fucking JR would have lost it. Did he sell his soul to the damn Rock too? Anybody that's not bought and paid for that hangs around The Rock at this point? A lot of comments you can make. Gizmo says he put a spell on Cena and made him turn. As soon as he got a whiff of the Palo Santo, whatever that is, Travis was burning. It was a wrap. The Rock took control of his soul. Yeah, I mean, we've been theorizing that Cena's under a voodoo spell of some kind. I brought it up days ago. You guys brought it up. A lot of people brought it up, and I mean, he sprayed the sage all over him, like ooh, and then The Rock. Then suddenly Cena was like, "What are you doing?" He's spraying the sage all over him, and then The Rock did some 3, 2, and then Cena was like, "Yo, yeah, let's go." So that's why there's people that are really invested in the idea that there's a voodoo hex or some kind of a spell on John Cena, and we've been talking about it for days, and there's validity to it if you look at it. It adds another dynamic to this whole thing. And if that's not the case, they obviously didn't mean for that to come across that way, and they obviously don't realize that it is kind of come across that way quite a bit in many people's circles and in many people's predictions and things, because there's something to it. Something to it a little bit. But yeah, I started this stream off reading the ratings from 2 weeks ago or last week like an idiot because I was half asleep. But my predictions on the ratings are 3.2 million. 3.2 is what I predict. We'll know by this Friday or Saturday potentially. We were close with our other 2 weeks. I think I was off just slightly on these two, but we're close. Ended up being 2.8, then 2.6. So will we get 3.2 on a go-home, or rather night after a PLE? With John Cena turning heel, I think it's possible. I definitely think we'll hit 2.8 or higher, but I'm really, based on the numbers I'm looking at and what I'm seeing, it looks like they're going to at least be at 3 million, 3.0. But based on a couple of more days and some other stuff and projections, I would expect them to hit potentially a 3.2. And so, we'll call me out if I'm wrong, and we'll find out. It was a wrap on the puns, Rick Shaw. Yeah. Understandable. Let's go to the donor.
You raised a piece of shit.
Joe Cronin is a sexy, flamboyant, aristocratic, delectable, intelligent blank. Unfortunately, Joe's sad last days leading to his demise, he turned on fellow Luke Rojas. That we knew the love would end. I don't know why would you say that? We just did a podcast today. It doesn't make any sense. We just did a podcast today.
New subscriber.
The hell?
You fucking mark!
So weird. Steven Damori, thank you for subbing to the channel, man. What's up? Yeah, I just did a podcast with Rojas. It was a good one too. We talked about a lot of yummy things earlier. WWE Raw results, review, grades, blah, 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 blah. But we don't have no ratings yet, though. Justin Trudeau reacted to the Canadians booing the U.S. national anthem. He said it's a terrible trade war, but Canadians are hurt and angry, and we're going to choose not to go on vacation in Florida. And yeah, we're probably going to keep booing the anthem, he continued. But let me tell Americans, we're not booing you. We're not booing your teams. We're not booing your players. We're booing a policy designed to hurt us. And we're insulted and we're angry. But we're Canadian, which means we're going to stand up for each other and we're going to fight. And we're going to win. Coming from Justin Trudeau, who is probably Castro's son. That's all he said. I mean, quite honestly, I don't really like Trudeau, but I mean, that's probably about what I would have said if I was him too. What what else are you going to say? I guess. I mean, it is what it is. We love America, but we don't love the situation everybody's in, and I'm going to boo. And we're probably going to boo if we don't like it. But it's better to boo than, to have any other kind of things go on and, using, a boo here or there for things people don't like is certainly, about as, volatile as it probably would get. And we'll see what happens going forward. Hopefully one day we'll cheer the anthem again or something. But I don't know. What are you gonna what's he gonna say? Look at Travis Scott. Look at that. Look at that look, bro. He just looks like a menace. A maniacal menace in the background. He had a good look. Travis Scott had a good look in the background. He looks like he's up to no good, and he's like wily. Like, we don't know what this guy will do. He's kind of like in the back, and we hold him back, but he's in the sage stuff. Who knows what the hell he's going to do. He's off the rails in the background. So, honestly, dude, I thought Travis Scott, like, he's just so, look at him. He's just like a nutcase. And I think that sort of whack job, you find them in people's crew all the time. And so I think it works. Didn't work when he potentially busted Cody's eardrum open, but that's for those guys to figure out. That's Cody to be upset. Whoa, what the hell, bro? That's on them. They can figure that out. That's not my job to tell you whether that would happen there. I'm just watching. I'm just Mark like everyone else. That's up to them. Did something really happen? Did it happen? Not happen? I don't know. Was it an accident? Do you know, whatever. I don't know. It's on them. Maybe we'll get more news story later. Travis Scott looked like Black X-Pac. That's pretty good. Yeah, he kind of does look like X-Pac. Kind of does look like X-Pac. Carmella did speak out. We finally got, remember I told you guys a couple days ago that we were going to get a Carmella interview today or whatever, or that in the next couple of weeks we were going to get a Carmella interview. Apparently we got something. It was sent to me on Twitter. TG, man, thank you. Let's take a little brief listen and see what we get out of this, if there's anything out of this. Let's listen.
What's next for Leah? For so long it's like, oh, Carmella.
Oh, yeah, she stole my wife's name.
And it's like, no, I can now. What's next for Leah? For so long, it's like, oh, Carmella and it's like, no, I can now fully be Leah and do what I want to do, and I don't know what that is.
So you have been out of WWE for almost 2 years.
Yes,
but not by choice.
No.
So let's talk about it.
That's the whole point, to get people talking and to be bold in your face. Let's talk about it. Let's have the conversations that, women aren't having. Is it because I'm a woman? Is it because I had a baby? And it just feels like a shitty way to end a 12-year career with the company. That this is how it ended.
But also to be treated like a human being and a woman and someone who's dedicated 12 years of your life to this company.
He still has a job. We had a kid and he has a job, but I don't. I mean, I guess fast forward until a few weeks ago, and then I got a call saying that my contract was up in 10 days.
Everyone just ghosted.
Completely ghosted.
Everybody's getting sued if it was me.
What if this is the end of my career? What am I doing with my life? What do I have to offer? Why wasn't I given an opportunity somewhere else?
Does it feel bittersweet, though, that all of your people are still there?
I feel like I'm being punished because I had a baby.
And men don't really have to think about it because they're men. They could change their mind.
Why would you want to be somewhere that doesn't want you? I wish more for women in general and moms, and especially athletes. I feel like you shouldn't have to choose one. Why can't you have both?
Yeah, that's it's almost hard to believe, because it doesn't feel real, because how could they, it doesn't, I guess I can't fathom how she could not be called back or whatever. Something doesn't seem right in the whole story. Do you know what I mean? Something is missing there, I feel like. Is there something missing to that story that we don't know about? Because why Alexa Bliss is back. Alexa Bliss had a baby, she's back. How many other women had a baby and came back? I mean, they did treat Maria Kanellis crappy, but they brought Maria Kanellis back after her baby for a little bit. And then she went away when she got pregnant, or she got sick or pregnant again. I forget what it was. And, I mean, Alexa Bliss just came back. And somebody else did the same thing, had a baby and came back. And what about Becky Lynch? Becky Lynch could be back. So I don't know what's going on, but I feel like she's the only one that this happened to. So it could have been that they were like, were they planning on moving on from her anyway? And maybe she was set to be released. Like, okay, we're gonna release her. You know, we don't have anything, and we don't think we think that's it for now. And then she had a baby, so then she stayed on the payroll for a little bit or something. And then they were like, well, we don't have anything, and we weren't gonna bring her back. I don't know. I guess I don't get it. I don't know why. I'm so lost. Man, she was like smoking hot, like ready, like she was unbelievable, Carmella. Remember how crazy, like she was just rolling. Like it's hard to believe. And she's been gone for 2 years. I felt like she was gone for like a year. But something is not right about this. I don't know what it is. And I don't know if it's on WWE's part, her part, both of them. Something is missing. I wish I was asking these questions, or maybe they're going to be answered and this is like the real of it. Are they cutting these answers? Because the person talking to her needs to get into it then. Well, what does that mean exactly? Like did they have a time frame for you to come back? Who's missing here? Something's missing. Was it because Vince was leaving at the time and so they didn't know about you because there was a change in management and people?
Do what I want to do, and I don't know what that is.
So you have been out of WWE for almost 2 years.
Yes.
But not by choice.
No.
So let's talk about it.
That's the whole point, to get people talking and to be like bold in your face. Let's talk.
Oh God, this sounds eerily similar to Sasha Banks right now. Which, by the way, I feel like Sasha Banks stole her like money, like whatever. Didn't she kind of take that from her?
Talk about it. Let's have the conversations that, women aren't having. Is it because I'm a woman? Is it because I had a baby? And it just feels like a shitty way to end a 12.
How many guys have been terminated out of nowhere for no reason in WWE? Or just out of nowhere? Just like, yeah, we're done with that.
Of your career with the company, like that, this is how it ended.
But also to be treated like a human being and a woman and someone who's dedicated 12 years of your life to this company.
He still has a job. We had a kid, and
so something's missing in this conversation. I'm assuming we're going to hear the whole thing when the whole thing's up, right? I don't know if we're going to hear it. I think does she spell her name the same way my wife spells her name? Leah. Oh yeah, she does. So yeah, I really don't. And she's from Massachusetts too, isn't she? She's from near me. Yeah, that interview's not up yet, so we can't really get it yet. But like, I just feel like, are you sure this is... you can be somewhere for 12 years and get let go out of nowhere. Dude, I was at a company for 5 years and they went, hey, guess what? We're getting rid of the department. You don't have a job anymore. And you know what happened? Someone came around. Well, actually, no, I was at a company. It wasn't the department. That's what just happened to me recently. But years ago, you know what they did? They go, oh, we're getting rid of your position. You know what happened? They called me into a room, said, hey, we're getting rid of your position. We're sorry about, we got your things over there. And then I was like, what? And they walked me out of the building, and I never got to go back. They walked me out of the building. They were crying. I was in shock. They were crying. And I said, don't cry. It's okay. You didn't do anything. It's obviously came from somewhere else. It's okay. I'll see you later. I'm in shock. You know? Nobody, imagine if I could do a podcast then and say, man, after 5 years here, and they just tell me it's over. Yes, that's what happens in work and companies. That's what literally can happen. And it's rough because, I really think that, now this is going to sound very liberal and very socialistic or whatever out of me, but it definitely would help people to get like some information or number or counseling or some kind of a, whatever after that. Because some people, not me, I don't think I would have needed it, but I'm just saying it can be pretty shocking when you spend more time with those people than your own family. It can be fucked up. I mean, I think I had fucking PTSD from it like 7 months later. It was 7 months later. And I missed people. I started really missing people. It was bizarre. Because for 4 years or 5 years, I was in this place, in this building. Every day, there's that guy. Every day, there's that guy. Yo, what's up? Lunch. We do this. Jokes. Always friends with everybody. Know people all over the building. This guy does that. That guy does that. This person does that. Whatever. And you're just used to all these people. And you're used to all of them. And you're very social. And you're talking to this one and that one. And you literally roughly know 80 people. And you know 30 people really pretty well. And then you know like 15 people extremely well. And you see them every day for 5 years. And then suddenly, you're gone. And you're like, oh, okay, well, now I'm at home with my family, and now I'm on to the next job, I guess. But after a little while, if you're a person that cares, you start to go, shit. I saw those people more than my family. I miss people. Like, what's going on with that guy or this guy? And I would go on Facebook sometimes and see them on Facebook and look for people, and I'm like, what do I do? Message them? And I think about them. Like, I wonder how he's doing. I wonder how they're doing. I wonder how she's doing. Man, I remember we always did this. And you fucking miss people. And it's like a real thing. But like, yeah, Leah, Carmella, that happens. They literally can just be like, you're done. That's what can happen to regular people at jobs. It's no different in the WWE. You can be just terminated tomorrow. Hey, don't fucking come back. Any job you ever have, you got to be ready. You could be let go and you're not going to hear back. That happens. Why is that a surprise? And it happens when you have a disruption in work a lot of times. Whether you leave on your own, you take a sick leave for a while, you have to take a break for a little bit, you go on an extended vacation, you take a break and say you'll come back, and then they don't want you back. You take a break and they cut your job that you had, and you go to come back, and they go, oh, we got rid of your job, actually. It's not because you left. It's just because that's what it is. Or they find someone else that can do your job better, and then you come back, and they're like, oh, man, that new guy did a much better job filling in while he was gone. You know what? Let's cut him. And you get fired. That happens. That's what happens. That's why you have to decide if you want a baby or not. Because any break can sometimes make people realize, you know what? We don't need to have that person back. But I think that Carmella, I am shocked myself that Carmella's not back. With her body, her look, and all that, I can't believe she's gone. That they didn't want her to come back. I am pretty shocked about that. I don't know. I would love to find out. I don't care if they have a reason for getting rid of her or not calling her back. I don't have a problem with that. I would like to know, though. I can't imagine how she feels. If I want to know, she must really want to know. So I agree with her for that. Like, can you at least tell me what happened? It can't be because she was pregnant, can it? You're pregnant. You're starting that part of your career, your life. But they brought back Alexa Bliss, so that doesn't make sense. So that's the other thing I don't get is, like, they brought back Alexa Bliss, so why is she saying it's because she got pregnant? Maybe they planned on getting rid of her in the next 6 months to a year, and then she got pregnant and was gone for that whole year, and then they were like, well, problem solved. Maybe they don't like Corey Graves, and Corey Graves is pissing them off. Maybe she's pissing them off, and they were like, let's move away from these two. Maybe they don't like either one of them for whatever reason. I don't know why. Not sure. Guys, if you want to donate, we got a few minutes left with you guys. If you want to donate, Streamlabs is pinned to the top of the chat. So drop a Streamlabs donation before we hit some replays, and I come back. I take a little break and come back. But hit that Streamlabs up top, pinned to the top of the chat. Donate if you want. $5, $10, $20. There's a brand new $10 The Rock Soul donation. There's a $120 Donald Trump bombs away donation that nobody's used yet. There's a $55 Elon Musk one that you love. Elon's getting a little weird out there in real life. Check it out.
Shit bum.
Ola La. Joe Cronin Show.
Yo.
Vot es wertu mug. Jai vot melis openzi Ola La Show.
Wow.
Vergs D Welsh. Vergs Ghost from the Coast. Muti Zara Lewis. Moyen Memory Mempo Zara vot es WWE.
And he also said something about Boogie Nights, too. E2 Mama Tambien. Buenos noches. ¿De dónde eres? Buenos noches. Estúpido gringo. I'm not hating, I'm just saying the obvious, says Young. Oh, what are you saying? What do you say, Young? I never got into the She-Hulks. Oh, I see what you're saying. You're not saying nothing. I'm trying to read the chat. Get them likes up, people. Yeah, get the likes up. Alexa Bliss is more valuable to them. I mean, that's fine if that's true. Yes, then that's what it is. She's more valuable. But that means it's not about the pregnancy, though. So that's my point, is to Carmella, hey, it's not about because you had a baby. It's because they were going to be getting rid of you anyway, and so they never brought you back. And with Alexa Bliss, they really wanted her back, and so even after a baby, they brought her back, which tells you that it's not about that you had a baby. It's about that they were going to move on anyway. Although I find that shocking that they were going to move on from Carmella. I mean, that unless something was going on, something weird was up, I don't know. Yeah, I put the Rock donation song up on Patreon so you can download it. Yeah, you can download it. Tiffany and the other people are shining more. Yeah, and that's the other thing is I feel like WWE recycles blonde, hot women off and on. Like they did it. Who was the other girl? Remember the other girl that they got rid of? She was in the company for about the same as Carmella. She was in the company for like 8 years, remember? The tall, skinny, kind of hot white chick, too, with the blonde hair, remember? She looks kind of way different now, but it's like she was there for about 5 years, 6 years maybe, I don't even know. And who was it? Yeah, Trump's giving a speech actually at 8:30, actually. We could probably roast some of that. Mella is money. Yeah, Sasha Banks, I swear to God, Mercedes Moné ripped it off. But yeah, it was somebody else. Oh, God, what was her name? Well, she wasn't here that long ago. But she left the company, I want to say, like 5 or 6 years now. Maybe 7 or 8 years now, actually. Damn, it's been that long. Not Charlotte. No, why would it be Charlotte? Charlotte's never gone away. God, she was a blonde chick. Oh, she left around the time the Bellas left. Oh, what was her name? Yeah, there's some kind of a State of the Union that's about to go on. We'll see what happens, and maybe we'll go over some of it. Not Emma. Very good guess on Emma, though. Emma's close. I think this girl was around just before Emma, and then she was around after, even after maybe Emma, or right around Emma. Summer Rae. You got it, Omar Vegan. Omar, you got it, brother. It's Summer Rae. Summer Rae. So it's like they recycle these women every 5 to 7 years. They're like, yep, thanks a lot. We'll get another Summer Rae now. In fact, we'll get Tiffy, who wrestles even better. And so, yeah, Trump is addressing Congress. Yes, exactly. 100%. So me and Rojas had a podcast earlier. We put it up. If you haven't heard that, go listen to that. I did one with Dan Kennedy too. The whole thing's on Patreon. We'll play a little bit of it for you here.
Yeah.
It's pretty good. Check that out. And I'll be back in a second, and we'll see what comes up. Eva Marie, yeah, she's kind of one too. It's like they bring them in, they work for a little bit, and once they've had enough, they let them go. They can get another one. It's weird. They can now make beautiful women who are like pretty hot into wrestlers that are pretty good in the ring. And I mean, Eva Marie was great looking, but she wasn't good in the ring at all. But like Summer Rae was not very good in the ring either. Carmella was good in the ring. That's probably why Carmella lasted 12 years as opposed to like Summer Rae, who lasted like 6-7 years, and Eva Marie, who lasted about 4 or 5 years. Like, if you can wrestle, you can last much longer, and that's what Carmella did. I just don't think Carmella was done. I feel like she had another 5 years in her, but I don't know. But I don't know the circumstances. We don't know. She doesn't even know. But to assume it's the baby, I don't think it's the baby at all. If they really wanted her, they would have brought her back. They don't care about a baby. Alexa Bliss came back with a baby. Becky Lynch came back after a baby. They don't give a shit about a baby. I don't know why Carmella is saying it's because of the baby. I don't think it's because of the baby. I think that's your first clue. You might feel that way. I mean, is she going to blame the kid as the kid grows up the rest of their lives that it was because of the baby that she lost her? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think it was that. I think Jade is going to be a star. I've been saying that since day one in AEW. For sure. Here's a little bit of this. If you want to donate, the link is pinned to the top of the chat, baby. We got to hit that 1,700 by Friday. I don't know if we can do it. The donation thing is, we're at 8%. We can get there. We're at 8%. We're on our way. It's a long road. More in just a second. On the Shield, there's...
Yeah, but something like that in black could be interesting.
Yeah, that could work. The
other thing is, I don't want to see him making any Make-A-Wishes when he's heel.
All right. There's going to be, unfortunately, a lot of kids will pass away not meeting Cena because, we got to keep the character,
I mean, it's the biggest, it might be the biggest heel turn in the modern wrestling era.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, this is the biggest heel turn of... This has got to be the biggest heel turn of since... I mean, it's really the biggest...
Daniel Bryan?
It's... Daniel Bryan. Maybe. I'm not... I mean, that's...
When he won vegan, when he was the Eco champion and he had the whole wooden belt.
I would say that was a little shocking, but I would say, honestly, the last time I remember being shocked by a heel turn like this, it really, to me, it's the Austin one, even though it wasn't a great one. It was kind of weird, but Stone Cold turning heel with McMahon, that was kind of like this. Maybe Rollins turning on the Shield. There's a...
I mean, the Shield one is a good one, but
that's pretty big.
But ultimately, you knew they were going to break up the group eventually. All groups break up eventually,
Yeah.
So, I don't really see the Rollins heel turn on the Shield in the same caliber as Cena's heel turn.
You don't see, wait, what?
I don't see the Seth Rollins heel turn. I don't see it in the same category.
Really? Turning
the John Cena heel turn?
Well, I don't either. I mean, I don't think it's as big, but I'm just going by big heel turns. What were big heel turns?
Yeah.
I mean, if you were what's
Bryan.
The biggest heel turn? The biggest heel turn is probably, I still think Hogan is bigger, but this is really close. And it's only because Hogan was so, it's just a different time. It's hard, but I mean, this arguably is as big. I would give you, I don't know if I'd say this is bigger, but I would definitely give you the argument of this is as big as the Hogan heel turn.
Big as, yeah, I mean, the Hogan heel turn is big, don't get me wrong, but part of me feels like the John Cena thing could be looked back on bigger than the Hogan thing, depending on what they do.
Yeah, I would only say it could. It might be in a way, but only because that, you know what I mean, like the people are becoming younger and we're starting to get into people that never saw the Hogan turn and things like that, other than seeing it for, it's like a different era.
Yeah.
So we're starting to fade that out a little bit in a way, but yeah, I would still say this is, I really do think still this is probably bigger, but I mean that Hogan was bigger, but I could see the argument.
The other thing about the Cena heel turn thing is that whole thing could have been done without Travis Scott. Travis Scott did not need to be there.
No, I agree, but it didn't bother me. It was kind of strange that he was there, but like I almost think that him being there made it somewhat interesting in an alternative way. I don't know how to explain it.
Like almost like a Tyson thing.
Yeah, kind of like something about it is I actually didn't mind it. It was weird, and some of the things like the weird stuff with the sage I think is weird, and now it's made people think there's a voodoo hex on Cena, but like it was weird, and maybe there is, but it was strange.
I mean, Cena did go through that humiliation ritual at that award show a year back or so.
Yep. See this.
So maybe Cena did sell his soul.
Well, a lot of people were talking about this seeming like a ritual too. So I mean, it could be
either that or WWE playing everyone that knows about the Hollywood elites and whatnot.
That's what I think it is. I think The Rock's like, people always call me this Hollywood elite and these, all these things, whatever. Let's go into that. I could see him saying that. Like, let's play into that. So, yeah, no, for sure. Any other, thing wrestling wise that you were thinking about? Because I've been talking about it to death, and I feel like I've been, kind of going in circles on a lot of things.
It's not fully wrestling, but it is wrestling related. The new video game that's coming out, WWE 2K25.
Oh, okay, yeah. Roman's on the cover.
Have you talked about that yet?
Not really. I mean, I know Roman's on the cover. I just, I'm not video game guy anymore, I don't
You're
do
not
a
a video game guy anymore?
No, I mean,
you were Mr. Diablo. What happened?
No, I mean, I still play Diablo a little bit, but no, I'm so busy now that I don't really do much. And I mean, playing the same game over and over again for years, I mean, that's why I'm not like up on all the video game stuff. But is there anything new in the video game that you are interested in?
Obviously the career mode thing is always a sort of interest to me, and the My GM stuff,
Yeah. Do you play a lot of...
Apparently you're going to be able to you're going to get to play My GM on line with other people this time.
Okay.
So
that's cool.
There's potential for like booking rivalries or whatever. Like if we both have the game, we could face each other online. See who books the better show.
Yeah, that's and do you play that, or is that just simulation and then you see what the numbers are and you're playing a GM, or are you playing all the matches?
I think you can play the matches, I think.
You can play them if you want to.
Sure.
So you can play them if you want to. See,
yeah.
You know what I would do if I'm playing, why I would play 2K is if I wanted to sort of like create storylines myself, like and like make videos about that and make like a whole pay-per-view show myself and make it seem like it's a real federation or something, and like do storylines that way. That like using creativity with the video game and AI and my commentary and all that stuff, I would do something like that. But I don't have quite the time right now to do that. But that's what I would do. That's what interests me about the game.
I mean, that would be more of the My Universe stuff, and then they got this new feature in the game, called the Island.
Ooh, like a sex island, like the Epstein's.
I mean, I don't know why they choose to call it the Island, but it has a giant statue of Roman on it from the looks of it. So I have no idea what it is, but
so
supposedly it's like their
Samoa, like the island of Samoa.
It's like I don't know. I think they're doing the island for relevancy. It's like the game hub or whatever.
Okay.
So you're gonna get to make your character and then run around this island and do different things on the island. with your character to complete different quests or whatever. It looks interesting. I mean, I'm definitely gonna try it out. No, not committing to doing everything on it, you know.
Yeah.
And
No,
then,
that's kind of cool. That's like the old like
you-
the Undertaker mode or the other things, like you used to have to compete in classic old WrestleMania moments and whatever. This is like kind of that new version of that. Is this Roman's competition island?
This
Or?
is different. This is different.
Oh, okay.
The thing you're thinking about it.
Wait till you hear what he says. If you've already heard this on Patreon, I get it. You already heard it. But if you don't hear this on Patreon, listen to where this goes in a minute. It gets really wild and cracks me up.
The WWE showcase where this time you're going through the bloodline family tree of matches, I guess.
Okay.
I get that the whole, because their bloodline edition is like almost $200.
Jeez. Oh my God. I would never do that right
And
now.
I'm looking at it and I'm like, go fuck yourself, 2K. I'm not paying $200 for a video game. I barely like paying $60.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy. Yeah, that's a no-go. Unless I'm crushing it at work. You know, if I had like 20 grand in the bank and I was doing stuff, I mean, maybe I'd be like, yeah, I'll drop $200. And I'm just not into the game right now. I'm not. But I mean, I hope it's good.
I mean, yeah, I see. I know. I understand what you were talking about with the making your own universe and making your own storylines and doing all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I was sort of doing that on my channel, but then I ran out of ideas and had to stop.
You need a booker.
I tried.
Yeah, a lot of people tried and they failed.
I mean, at least I knew when to stop, unlike some other wrestling promoters.
That's true, and OJ and a few other rapists out there. But moving, what else?
No, you're not talking about rapists with who you have on your show.
Well, why? Who's a rapist on my show?
Who do you think?
You tell me. You said it. I don't know what you're talking about.
You absolutely know what I'm talking about.
Okay, well, who is it?
That fuck.
Well, there it is. Can you believe he went into that? Dan Kennedy went into that, and you can hear the rest of that on Patreon. We talked for a while. He slandered several people. We got into a little bit of a beef. He painted a picture that was crazy. It's wild. I think he could be in some trouble for it. We'll see. Guys, vote right now if I should listen to the Trump thing or you don't want to hear that. I was going to end the show, but you want me to listen to a little bit of it, I will, I suppose. But yeah, listen to, me and Rojas did a podcast or did a video earlier. It's up right here on YouTube. But me and Dan Kennedy did a full one that's also up, like I said. And I cannot believe where he went there. There's the link to it on Patreon. If you're already a patron, you can download it, listen to it, whatever. Wild dude. Take a listen to that on Patreon if you want the juice. Let's see what we got in the poll. The poll is looking pretty pro. Listen to the Trump deal. I mean, wow, it's like overwhelming right now. It's pretty overwhelming. Gargoyles. Should we listen to the Trump speech or the Congress? Is this the actual State of the Union, or is he just addressing Congress? Like, that's what I'm trying to figure out. Is this? I thought that was in April. Yeah, he's just addressing Congress. It's not like the actual State of the Union, right? This is just. Sage, Travis Sage. Travis Scott Sage. Okay. Man, CNN got a camera down on the floor. CNN has a camera like... They're like on the floor. Wow. They're down in the pit. Okay. That general's for real, dude. Did you see that guy's badges or whatever? Medals? I'm gonna badges. Medals. Look at her chin. Okay, there's JD Vance is there. So it must be coming out any minute. It must be coming out any minute.
By the way, I think the speech is going to be great, but I don't know how you do this for 90 minutes.
We can hear you, JD. I don't know how you do this for 90 minutes. The speech is going to be great.
The hardest thing was doing it during Biden, when the speech was a stupid campaign speech. And I just lectured everybody.
Oh, I was listening to them. Go back to it. Do they know that we can hear them? They're having some private conversation. We can literally hear what JD Vance is saying to the speaker. What's his name? Who's the speaker's name? I don't remember. I don't fucking know. I know that's Elon Musk right there. Well, that's gonna piss people off. He already seems like he's pissing people off. They're gonna be really mad he's there. He's so weird, bro. He's like dude, he might be an alien. Elon might be an alien, bro. Love him or hate him, he might be an alien. He's like a lizard autist. Which is, I think, a good and a bad thing. I think Elon Musk is both really good and also bad. I think both about Elon. Sometimes Elon is really good, and sometimes it's like, fucking go away. And then, it's like both. But this should, okay, we'll see what happens in the poll. We'll stick with it. I hope we get a hot mic from JD Vance. I hope he says, there's a lot of whores here. That'd be good. Oh, that would give CNN content for weeks. JD Vance calls everyone a whore. Under his breath. Under hot mic. Dude, this is so weird to see all these people the way they're acting. Like, look at that guy's balls up there. Look at this. Oh, they cut away right as I was looking at it. There they are. That's what I'm talking about. Right on that guy's head. That guy lets one go. That guy's dead. He's passing out. Ted Cruz just touched someone inappropriately. Pelosi's here. Richer than anybody right there. Somehow. 86% said I should listen to it, so I don't want to cause I almost think Big Balls is there, yeah. Joe, you seen the House vote today? Yeah, I think they voted. Didn't they vote the sports thing today? Or are you talking about something different? I don't even know if we should watch this. I don't want everybody to get in a fight, I don't want people to fight each other in my chat. In New York City, you have the Optimum CW presenting the Trump. Oh yeah, so you can't see NXT. Just go to go to a website or something and go watch it. Go find an illegal stream or whatever, and then you can just watch it there. I'll put it in here really briefly. I don't even want to do that. They all get taken down. Just do it, Joe. Okay. Yeah, baby. Jared Howard, how you doing, man? How's everybody doing? Hit that like button. Imagine if a fight breaks out and we get to see it. Oh, that'd be great. Probably be bad, but political stuff is a dead end. Yeah, I know. I really think so, maybe too, but.
Come on out, you rapist!
Wow. Louis Urdaneta. Happy birthday. 45 months in a row. Happy birthday, baby. Louis Urdaneta, how old are you, brother? Happy birthday, man. Give him birthday love. I bet Trump could cut a better promo than anybody on Raw, maybe besides Punk. Yeah, I mean, realistically, probably not, but he could probably cut a pretty good one over, like, half of them, maybe. But only if he's going on a roll, right? Probably not if he was supposed to, though. Like, if Trump came on Raw, he would be a little more awkward. But if Trump was actually cutting a promo on another candidate, he would do well. Because he does really well when he does that. It's like, you're a moron. Not very good. Not very good. You're dumb. You know, if I look up dumb in the dictionary, your face comes up. And then if I look up a dictionary from 10 years before that, your mother's face comes up. How dumb is that? That's what you are. Like, that would be crazy. But yeah, we'll try to be nice. We're not going to be... I'm going to kind of react to it, I guess. I'm not really going to get too political. I don't want people to fight with each other in the chat and everybody to be mad. So I don't want to, I'm going to try to be careful if we're going to watch this and have fun with it. I really can't stay on much longer, so I may bail on it when it's going on, to be honest. But, like, if it's going to be on soon, maybe in the next, we can kind of, like, check it out for, like, 20 minutes or so. Maybe something fun will happen. Maybe somebody will get cream pied. But, I just don't want everybody to fight and everything. I think we had, 4 years of Biden that wasn't great. And then, Trump is rocky, man. It's up and down right now. It's like, you knew it was going to be rocky at first with all the tariffy stuff and some of the weird stuff he's doing. Some of the stuff is great. Some of the stuff's kind of weird. So it's like, it's like Wiley right now. I don't know what to think about Trump right now. He's kind of like, it's like really good, really bad, all mixed into one. I don't know what's going on, what's going to happen. Things aren't looking great, but I'm not sure. That's kind of where I'm at. But I know this, things have not been good, and they're still not really good. But we'll see what happens. So that's kind of where I'm at. Things have not been good since, I don't think things have been good since Trump's first term. I think 2020 was, right, 2019 probably. The end of 2019, things were pretty good. The combination of what Obama did that was good and the combination of what Trump did that was good was really pretty good. Like, Obama did a lot of stuff that was, like, kind of bad and kind of good, but in the end, Obama had, things were going decent a little bit, and then the social stuff was off the rails, but, and then Trump came in and he kind of, like, fine-tuned some things, and so things were really going pretty good. And that was the last time things were good, was probably 2019, right? Probably the end of 2019. Once COVID hit, then everything changed. And the last year of Trump was kind of bizarre. Ironically, because of COVID, it derailed Trump and all the things he was going to continue to do. So he couldn't do all the things he was going to do because he got derailed by COVID. But ironically, it was also allowed our economy to boom for that last year because people got bored and had things, and we gave out money and we did all these things. So even though it was bad, like I would call that last year kind of bad, even though it felt kind of good in a way. It was bad because we were locked in the house, didn't know what was going on. It was bad because we were kind of like inflating everything. But like, if that had not happened, if there was no such thing ever as COVID, we probably would have had a pretty good fourth year. And then probably Trump would have been reelected again. And then maybe things would have continued to go well. And then maybe after that, there would have been a Democrat or a Republican that comes in and things would have continued pretty okay. But instead, we've had this rocky psycho roll that we're on. What's up? I thought someone yelled to me.
Oklahoma, Mr. Langford, the senator from West Virginia.
Oh, they're checking roster right now, or whatever you call it.
South Carolina, Mr. Scott, the senator from New York, Mr. Schumer, the senator from Illinois, Mr. Durbin.
Do we really got to shout out everybody? I mean, can we just march these people up and do the thing?
The senator from New Jersey, Mr. Booker. The senator from Wisconsin, Ms. Baldwin.
Ugh.
The members of
Yeah, I feel like things are gonna keep getting worse, probably because I think Trump's idea, was to sort of squeeze the neck, and so that would mean the first few months are going to be very turmoil, or first 6 months could be quite a bit of turmoil. Maybe the first year even, which a year of this would be rough, and then hopefully it would get better after that. But what if it didn't? That could be bad. I'm skeptical either way. No doubt about it. I'm skeptical either way. We'll see what happens. Yeah, everybody dropped $10. I might stay on. Yeah, 50 people dropped $10. We're on forever. Say goodnight to my mom, who texted me. All right. It's muted now.
And of course, we are just minutes away from President Trump's first address to a joint session of Congress in his second term. And boy, things are so different. We are here at the White House. And of course, President Trump has made his way. He'll be going into the House chamber shortly, joined by First Lady Melania Trump and Elon Musk. He'll be sitting in the First Lady's box. He's in a suit and tie tonight. Certainly much different than he normally has been in the Oval Office and as well as the cabinet room, but it certainly signifies what a top advisor he is, a senior advisor, among all others. And the Trump family, of course, has been in the box as well. But I am struck by, for every time President Trump has made these addresses, 4 of them during his first term in office, this is different in every way. And here's why. He is the first Republican president in 2 decades to have a popular vote behind him. He's in control. His party's in control of the House and the Senate and the Supreme Court.
All right, that guy's gonna blither on, I suppose, but good information, I suppose. But yeah, I mean, maybe this is gonna go on too long. Maybe I won't be able to do it. I mean, I was gonna sit and hang out and see if anything funny happens, but I don't know, man. He's gonna be sitting in her box. Did he say that? He's gonna be sitting in her box. He's gonna be Elon's gonna be sitting in Melania's box. So he's like the First Lady. He's kind of like, Elon is kind of like the First Lady. NXT going on, and it is wild. Take a look at this. Take a look at this suicide dive on NXT that's going down right now too. Yeah, if you're not in the politics and you're like, oh my God, I don't want to watch politics at all. Well, hell yeah, NXT's on, so you might be happy about that. Definitely get away from the politics. Check this out. Oh, yeah. Did Corey Graves just have like an orgasm? How about that?
Oh my God! Nasty landing! Did you hear the thump?
That could be your new Carmella right there. She's going to get some work done, though, if you know what I mean. But that could be the new Carmella. There's no doubt about it. Guys, hit the like button if you can. Please click that like button. 123 likes. We could do way better than that, I feel like. It's crazy. 1,300 people in here tonight. Click that like button, baby. No address. It's stupidity. Probably is. Yeah, I'm going to do it off the air. I know you guys would probably like me to do it, but it's getting late, and I got to go do some stuff with my kids, to be honest. That's why I came on earlier tonight. See, I'm gonna wrap it up. I gotta make the call that I gotta wrap it up, But I really appreciate you guys being here for all of this. I had a great time. You're the best. Shout out to Leonard. He's the top donator of the stream, and everybody else who donated. I'll react to stuff later. So if something happens, I'll react to it later if you want. I'll put it up on my political channel, which is over on Shame on News. You can't handle the news, because I don't want to bombard people that don't want to hear about it. Annette Morris, you want my soul, baby? You got it. I'm leaving. I'll either be tonight. What up, Justin? Thank you, bro. Swerve Show, what's up? I might be back. No, I'll be back tomorrow. But I'll have some videos coming out tonight, tomorrow, shorts, all kinds of other things. So look for the fun everywhere. Check out patreon.com/Joe Cronin Show if you guys want to hear that whole podcast. It's up there now. Of course, me and Rojas put out a video earlier. That's free on YouTube. Check that out. And I'll catch you guys tomorrow. See you then. NXT's on, too. So if you're not watching the political stuff, the Trump stuff, you know, NXT's on. You'll probably watch that.
Joe Cronin, tell me the stories, I am ready to fade. Stay up the WWE. Stay up the WWE. Joe Cronin, give it to me. It's podcast time, speak to me. I love wrestling, you love wrestling, so let's talk wrestling, WrestleMania.
Become a $25 producer, and we'll get you on this chart just like everybody else, baby. $25 a month, you can become a producer on Patreon. Shout out to Spectral Citizen, the newest one, Big Timer. Allison Tuckwab, The Ghost from the Coast, Brian Jardine, Alan Stover, Snarkbait, Sith Negan, Matt Rossmeyer, and Alex O'Donnell.
I love wrestling.